I'm back with a tip that's going to save you hours over the long term. Let's get into it. When it comes to leaving breadcrumbs, it's really what works best for you. So the goal here is to not make more work for yourself, but make less. So all this really is a small note-taking exercise after you've gone down the rabbit hole. So if you're, say, on a restricted Windows domain at work, my favorite way to do this is to leave breadcrumbs in the form of a text file. So ideally, I would leave the text file in a very useful place so that it is going to be seen again. And I do this, have an internal GitHub, and I have all this documentation laid out in a very thoughtful manner. So I know, okay, where is this? What's the thing? And then I can just drill down a couple folder levels and there's all the information. And I've been cultivating that for years. So it has literally everything that I've seen in the last few years. Very, very useful and saves me hours every single week. So after you've gone through the process of figuring out how you are going to archive all these things, figuring out what you're going to do with the file names is the next step. The easiest way I found is to literally put the most critical information, especially if it's a number or something you need to reference, in the text file name. Because then you don't even need to click on it. It's right there. And then inside the text file, you can give yourself the notes of how you found that information. So maybe you need to go look up the current revision of some document. But the really tricky thing here is that you've already done this work. So next time, you have an easy process to go find that number or find that piece of data, whatever it is. I only really like to figure things out when I'm at work one time. So if there's a tedious process, this is how I get away from having to do this routinely over and over and over, because that makes you want to go insane. As you get better at this and your archive gets better, your documentation, you can get through it so quickly that someone could ask you some really obscure question and it's just like 1 second and then like 3 or 4 taps later, here's the information. And that is a way to really push your productivity as well as your group's productivity forward at a really alarming rate. And I think you should go do that today in whatever way you find is going to work best for you. What sort of archival or documentation things have you done at work or at home that have been great for you? I'd love to hear at a comment below because I'm always looking for better ways to save time over the longer term. I know you got quite a bit out of this quick note-taking topic. You should keep going with this IQ playlist up here. Or if you're ready to be an emotional intelligence or EQ rock star, get going with that playlist right down here. Or keep doing what you're doing and getting the same results that you've been getting.